February 12th, 1972. Unknown to the public, a secret shadow group of underworld bakers and confectioners meet for the first time at an Oddie's bakery in an undisclosed town in Berkshire County in the United Kingdom. The details of the meeting would later become public knowledge, when one of the members of the group disclosed several documents detailing a plot on a global scale. Confirmed present at this meeting was the Commissioner for the United States FDA, invited to attend on the provision that he keeps the details of this meeting secret under pain of death. August 1st, 1987. The cargo transport Diamond Road vanishes in the Bermuda Triangle while bringing 150,000 tons of Grade A beef into the United States. The disappearance is blamed by conspiracy theorists on the Bermuda Triangle itself, a convenient cover story requiring the new quiche order to do nothing in order to cover the disappearance. The price of beef consequently sees a dramatic 1 cent increase in price as a result. January 1st, year 2000. Dozens of people involved in the investigation of a large-scale food fraud in the United States simply vanish from the records and from the face of the earth. The most prominent of these being a janitor of the 5th floor of the CIA headquarters, who heard someone telling someone else that he heard one of the CIA agents talking about a master plan that would soon go into effect involving quiche and the FDA. September 1st, the year 2000. The then head of Food Quality Assurance at the FDA dies while having dinner with a friend at a restaurant in New York City. The cause of death was choking on the quiche that he had ordered. We can confirm that this quiche was one of a new breed, programmed to carry out specific tasks upon the time of its baking by the person who bakes it. Interestingly, the chef at the restaurant resigned the following day, with no explanation given. He later disappeared, never to be seen again. April 3rd, 2002. The FDA authorizes trials of a new drug that allows the human body to gain all the sustenance it needs from a much smaller number of foods, with the biggest benefit being gained from egg-based products. Secret documents that we don't have copies of state that the trial goes better than expected, and soon the drug is packaged with the MMR vaccines. One added benefit of this drug is that it causes a craving for said egg-based food products. June 27th, 2002. A well-known YouTube Quicher gets hold of documents showing massive government investment through well-known agricultural companies in the poultry industry, specifically those livestock used for the production of eggs. This document was later removed from public record and no known copies exist. August 20th, 2005. Several unexplained sightings occur across the southern United States of strange, disc-like craft hovering over military installations. The military passes them off as weather balloons. Does this look like a weather balloon to you? Later, all witnesses to the craft are visited by men from the government. They begin silencing those witnesses through either legal action or threats of violence towards themselves and their fridges. No one has since come forwards in regards to these sightings. May 8th, 2007. Heavy taxes are levied against fast food chains across the United States and much of Europe. Further to this, the price of ingredients required to make anything other than quiche have their subsidies removed by said governments. The mixture thickens as restaurants register their protests at the ridiculous move. Government spokespersons cite the move as a way of moving to a healthier society by tackling food and food products guilty of causing obesity and other food-related illnesses. October 30th, 2007. The Quicher movement on the internet gains strength and is thus targeted by the shadow group, the NQO. This attack takes down all Quicher websites, and those running those websites are summarily arrested. When asked why arrested, they are told it was a matter of national security, but as yet no charges have been filed against these individuals. May 8th, 2009. The NQO begins setting plants in the online community, espousing the greatness of quiche and showing the many ways it can be made. This is done in an effort to indoctrinate the people and alter their mindset in regards to quiche. On this day, if you type quiche into YouTube, you will receive over 16,000 results, all talking about or showing you how to prepare quiche. Indoctrination at its finest. July 11th, 2009. Continuing to oppress the truth, the NQO send a second program quiche to take out a target. This time, the head of the CDC Food Virus Investigations Department. The quiche successfully carries out its mission and is later disposed of. The reason cited for the death is down on the death certificate as natural causes. At the same time, certain countries in the Middle East refuse imports of quiche, citing it as part of a plot to suppress the Middle East. The country in the lead of this protest is Afghani Turk Pakmani Arabistan India, with Quicheistan taking a supporting role. May 11th, 2011. The CDC releases a blog on their website entitled Disaster Preparedness 101. Are you ready for the zombie quiche apocalypse? A Quicher blogger challenges the CDC to reveal what they know of the quiche apocalypse, and is promptly silenced by having his comment removed. Sadly, there is no record of this tweet. March 23rd, 2012. Financial reports released in the United States and Europe reveal massive profits in the egg and quiche sector of the food industry. They cite a growing increase in the education of healthy eating as being responsible for this growing trend in quicheism. Doctors around the world, however, have a different story. Some have come forward as saying that their patients showed no signs of quicheism until after they were given the MMR vaccination, after which point they became more and more quicheistic. November 6, 2012. Muslimian, quiche-loving Hindu Satanist Barack Obama is elected to the White House to continue to serve the NQO agenda. Rising dissent in the public forces the government's hand, and in an attempt to safeguard the quiche agenda, the Democrats intend to force through gun legislation to disarm all anti-quicheists. November 18th, 2012. Fast food chains around the USA and Europe see the writing on the wall and decide to fight back. They lower food prices at huge cost to themselves, undercutting quiche vendors worldwide. The NQO, through the front organisation of the FDA, orders the prices to be put back up to their original values, but they are ignored. A second and final warning is issued. Again, the fast food industry stands their ground. This forces an emergency meeting of the Quichegarchs in England to discuss the situation, and a plan is hatched. December 1st, 2012, the attack. 4 people fly a giant, jet-propelled quiche into the side of the McDonald's headquarters. 150 people died from cheese and ham overdose, while a further 42 died from salmonella poisoning. The media was not permitted near the site, nor were they permitted to report on this attack, and it went largely unheard of. Footage of the quiche hitting the side of the building was edited to change the quiche into a sausage, but no footage was ever released. It is later revealed that rogue bakers from Quicheistan were to blame, and the following day, the USA and Europe declares war on the country. The truth is that Quicheistan loves quiche and produces the highest quality eggs in the world. These high-grade eggs are so potent that only one is required for a full-sized quiche. This false flag attack was used as a reason to invade the country and gain control of the golden hens that lay these super potent eggs. January 1st, 2013. An estimated 150 million troops have invaded Quicheistan. To date, the war effort is costing nearly $10 trillion a day. Where is this money coming from? A look into the DoD finances shows several massive contributors listed under the Military Service Contractors section of the breakdown. However, these are obviously fronts for the super wealthy Quichegarchs. You may be asking, how do we know that this is a conspiracy? The signs are everywhere if you know where to look and how to interpret the information that you find. The first major proof is the increasing popularity of quiche since the 1960s. It has increased over 100-fold. Consumption rates in other countries have followed a similar trend. The power of quiche was brought to the attention of the secret cabal of bakers and confectioners far earlier than that. In 1843, Adam Weishaupt visited Quicheistan and saw the power of quiche to unite a nation. He took these ideals back with him, but his comrades turned on him. He was never seen again, and the NQO was born. In 1857, the NQO set up its headquarters in London, England, in the Royal Society of Bakers' basement. From this damp, musty hole, they began their plans for world domination. With quiche. One of the NQO members, whose parents owned the building, provided all the group required in resources, including food and intelligence, and the group were rarely seen in public for the first few years of the NQO's existence. This was all revealed when one of the parents went on record, but those records have tragically since been lost. As England was slowly overtaken, becoming a haven for quichists, the group turned their attention to the United States and Europe. One of them would have to be next. The USA's power and prosperity sealed the deal, and the USA would be the next target of the NQO. Gaining access to several high-level government officials, the NQO set up a meeting with the head of the FDA. It was during this meeting that the NQO set out its plan to turn the USA into a nation of quichists. When current FDA members, who were present at the time of the NQO's inception, were questioned, they replied that quiche is a lie. A lie? With so much hardcore evidence, it boggles the mind how they can say this. As more and more people began looking seriously at quiche, it was decided that a cover was needed to divert attention from quiche. With this realization, the NWO was born. Using this faux shadow government, the NQO was able to turn people away from the real game they were playing, while at the same time carrying out other agendas under the guise of the NWO in preparation for Quichegate. But the popularity of quiche was not doing well in the United States, and something needed to be done to improve its popularity. An indoctrination campaign was organised, combined with a new drug mixed in with the MMR vaccination. This caused certain people to be reliant on quiche, and in everyone else it caused massive quiche cravings, which in turn triggered an obesity epidemic that swept across America and now threatens Europe. This further served the NQO's agenda, as further down the line they would levy heavy taxes on the fast food industry, citing obesity and food problems as a major reason for tax hikes. Further proof of this conspiracy can be seen in the attack on the HQ of McDonald's. Its timing was convenient to begin with. Just a few weeks prior, Ronald McDonald toured the Middle East, espousing the great taste and low costs of their food. As more and more support grew for McDonald's in the Middle East, the attack came. But this left some very serious questions to be answered. Like, how could a group of bakers learn to fly a quiche? It takes years of training, but reportedly these men had mere weeks, maybe months. How could a quiche this size leave a building like this, relatively undamaged and still standing? Why were there maintenance engineers working on the air conditioning system just a week prior to the attack? Why was there no wreckage left of the quiche after the attack? Why was all footage altered to show a sausage? Why was no footage of the incident released on any major, minor or non-existent news outlets? If you need more proof, you need only look at the dollar bill. On the back is the symbol of the NQO. Some believe it is the symbol of the NWO, but they are incorrect. Let's take a closer look at the top of the pyramid. See? It's a quiche. All we wanted to do with this documentary is make you, the viewers, aware that the quiches of the world have the facts about the NQO and the fight to control quiche. That is what the war is about. Unlike some would believe, it's not to force quiche on others. These people already love quiche. They are the best at making quiche, and the NQO wants to control the entire production of quiche on this planet. Anyone who cannot see this is blinded by NQO and NWO propaganda machines such as Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, BBC, Al Jazeera, Russia Today, and all of the others. We must act now to stop this, or we will end up living in a quichetopian future. And that is something that we must all save our children and our children's from. Act now.